Yeah, it's absolutely a passion of mine, and I'm really hoping to do something similar in the future. So I'd love to be a part of your women's circle. So is there anything else that you'd like to share about the work that you're doing? And before we wrap up the interview today, and just to share with parents, I guess, anything that any sort of advice that you would give to, I guess, work through their own challenges around the culture of um, adding pressure to their children or having those excessive expectations. Is there any other advice you would give to them to support them in, still being able to support their children in any way that they can, and still striking that balance around allowing their children the freedom to be who they are and to, I guess, guide them on the pathway that they want to take rather than the pathway that their expectations are putting onto them?
Yeah. I would say, well, first thing is just like going back to what we were talking about. We are not defined by the work that we do. There's so much to us that is to be celebrated. Like we have so much value we're giving out to the world just by existing, truly. And I know it sounds cliche, but when I did a presentation, I wrote down here all the ways that we impact our environment just by existing, even if we were some monk or nun in a peaceful place. Like you still make an impact because of like even just your choices and like what food you eat, like the people you choose to support, the things you choose to have, you're still making a decision in some way. And we all have a personality, and a lot of us, there's so much depth to us. Like, it's like, I feel like a regular practice for everyone should be at any age, just like list like 100 things about yourself. And then also all the hardships you overcame. I mean, that's part of human being, having the highs and the lows. It's like nobody can have a perfect life, yet I feel like society in general is putting pressure, especially with social media, to have this picture perfect life in some way and having it all. And we all just feel like, what's wrong with us that we are so far from what we see? And so I think that helps just take off the pressure a bit. And I think really encouraging your child to embrace themselves too. Like just know that all parts of them are okay. Like you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to hide the ugly or messy or confusing or dark and mean, and like whatever parts those are, it's okay because we all have them. And I think the better that you are able as a parent to model like, oh, your full acceptance of yourself and your imperfections, then it gives your children that permission to also show that too, and to have honest conversations about it. And yeah, and in terms of like, of course,